everybody. And the truth of the matter is that people that have to do that, a homeless person that has to go into an emergency room to get health care is not going to get good health care.
No.
Right.
You know, they're really not. And one of the things that I had done years ago, and I'm going off on a little tangent here. I carried for many, many years, I carried a catastrophe policy, which was a really cool policy, which I carried just because it was inexpensive. It would pay up to like $2 million. The premium was very low, but it had a $25,000 threshold, I think. So you're out of your basic deductible. You never used it because the deductible was so high. But I had bought that years ago, just in case I wound up without health insurance and I needed a heart transplant or something. You know, it's like I'll find a way to raise the first $25,000, and I figure I had a better shot at getting a hospital to do a $2 million procedure if they knew they were going to get almost all of it.
Right.
You know, of course, once I got laid off, I couldn't afford to carry that policy anymore, and I had to give it up. But so I wound up losing that too. But yeah, it's the bottom line is if you need any kind of a serious procedure and you're basically homeless or you know, without health care insurance of any kind, you could be out of luck. And that really could be the difference between life and death.
Yeah.
And I find that rather important. But, you know.
It doesn't mean we're there yet. It's a significant step in a direction that maybe 49% of the country really likes right now.
Yeah.
And only 42% really hates.
Yeah.
Depending on whose poll you pay attention to.
Yeah, exactly. I want health care reform. I always have. I've always thought we should do something, but
Sort of
I
that,
don't have the answers.
that sort of social obligation, the same way we look at education, the same way we look at so many other services in the country,
Yeah.
that there is an overall social good that gets met.
Yeah, that's a whole nother argument, the whole education thing. But
It benefits you to have healthy neighbors.
yes, it does.
Mm.
And well-educated neighbors.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Anyway,
Otherwise, otherwise, as you said, you pay for it one way or the other.
Right. You
Why
can-
not make them pay part of it instead of you paying a larger part of it?
Right.
But
yeah.
anyway,
So, okay. So that's what's going on in healthcare for
sort of, somewhat.
somewhat
Of
yeah.
it.
So we'll see how it all plays out, but it's all very interesting and sort of historic
It is a big deal,
and
as our vice president pointed out.
yes. Yes. Very interesting.
When Vice President Biden introduced President Obama at the signing ceremony for the health care bill, he was in front of an open mic and he
Yes.
did his introduction and he turns to the president to shake his hand. He goes, "This is a big effing deal." And the mics are on. And, of course he didn't say effing, but
Right.
and the people from New Jersey are like, "Yeah, that's Joe."
Yeah, that was interesting.
And the other 49 states are aghast that the vice president, uttered another swear word.
And he's right. It is a big deal, but it's it's kind of amusing anyway. Well, he's human.
And like it or leave it, the average Joe, six-pack Joe mentality. The folks from New Jersey say that's him. He might be wearing a white collar, but it's blue underneath.
Yeah, that's okay. Anyway, amusing. Huh.
He doesn't polish up as well as some politicians.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like that about him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a bad thing either,
Right.
necessarily, but yeah.
But yeah, you'd think he'd have learned after all the gaffes he's gotten pinned on that there's always an open microphone and somebody recording it directly to YouTube.
Yes. I know.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, we We did a panel just recently. I'm going off topic now. We're sort of
Shifting gears.
shifting gears. We just did a panel at UConn.
Oh, that was so much fun.
We did, sorry, did a panel for a nursing class, Jill Espelin's nursing class.
Good segue from healthcare.
Yeah, which was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. A bunch of nursing students. Very cool, and she gave us mugs. Really nice. So we got some mugs out of it. And by the way, Jill Espelin will be coming on our show. She was very, very nice, and the students were great.
Yeah.
It was really cool. We got a lot of really cool questions and stuff. And
We overran our time.
we did. We went. Yeah,
We took
went a
full
long
2
time.
hours. We took all the time that was left in the class.
The class asks questions, and this is evidently a class that doesn't do that. So we drew them out.
Yeah, Jill was very surprised that they were asking questions.
Well, see, and I'm finding that one of the interesting things, one of the things I like watching, is when you're talking to a class and maybe they start off a little nervous, unsure, and
apprehensive.
then you watch them sort of turn
Yeah.
as some of us make smart aleck remarks. I don't know.
Well, it really does pay that we're comfortable with the material.
Yes.
Right.
You know, and I forget even how. I think we'd gotten to a bit of a lull, and Jill made some kind of comment about, asking questions. If you have any questions, ask them. And it's like, nobody wants to ask us about sex or genitals or anything like that. Really? Just
We're
sort
going
of.
to tell you anyway.
Okay, well, if you don't want to ask the question, we're going to have to.
We're going to
volunteer
pretend
the
you
information.
asked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think once they start to realize that you are open to personal questions,
It's tough to shock us at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
we still do get probably at least once every session, every panel, a new question that we've never gotten
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, which is very cool.
And this time around, it was at least the one I remember. There was probably more than one. Was, do you have any pets, and were you afraid of how they would react to your transition?
Yeah, that was an interesting question, actually. It's funny because
It was fairly insightful.
it's something that I actually thought about.
Me too.
Back, pre-transition, it was one of the things that I had considered. It's like, how would pets react to you? You know? And it was kind of an interesting question. I've never seen that. Yeah, that was sort of neat. But I think we actually have a phone call. So we're going to take
Phone
this.
line 1. Flashing there. It's flashing up.
Good evening, NLC Trans. You're on the air.
Hi girls, how you doing?
Hi, Renee.
Kind of thought it was you.
I just wanted to, I know that you've been talking about the panel that we just had. I spoke to Jill, and she's due to come on May 12th.
May 12th on the show?
Okay.
Yes.
Good,
Okay.
good.
She couldn't do it prior to that because she has the commitment that she's has to do, so as soon as she's able to do it, it's May 12th, so.
That's
No,
fine. That's
great.
wonderful.
That's great. We will welcome her on the show. That's going to be wonderful. She's great. We really like Jill.
She's quite a character herself.
Yeah.
She is a lot of fun.
A little bit of a interesting history to relate
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But so you were on the panel Friday. What did you think of it?
I thought it was great. Like Stacy had said, the students finally came to, and it was surprising to Jill that she wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, I thought it went very well, and looking forward to Friday night as well.
That's right.
That will be a lot of
We'll
fun.
be back at UConn Friday night.
For another big panel
Yeah, the Coffee House series. That's going to be very interesting.
sponsored by the UConn Rainbow Center, Rainbow Center Coffee House.
Yeah.
Jill did mention that she's supposed to attend that, I believe.
Oh, cool.
She mentioned that to me earlier this week, so.
Well, hopefully it'll be very well attended. It's open to the public, so anyone who's